Hello! Today we will tell you about the recreation and tourism project The Contrast of the Grace.
Our group is conformed by Cristian Romero and Manuel Aldana.
We can say an ancient grace much important which added to leisure so much so that its free time was devoted to culture, religion and sports. A proof of this was the great displacement of people that occurred during the relation of the Olympic Games.
And the religions pilgrimages to the sanctuaries of Donna of the Delphi.
The grace introduces important modifications in the daily life to the favorite that treats by the respect with the which is watched treated of the travelers.
Introduction. This project seeks to compare recreation antecedent grace with the modern grace, trying to make a comparison of recreation and tourism in classical grace. General objective: contrast the concept of recreation and tourism. For that perspective, to observe the contributions of the civilization.
Specific objectives. Contrast the touring concept. Contrasting the concept of recreation. Make our project evident for future research of the concepts.
Questions. What is the contrast between recreation and tourism in Greece? That was defined by recreation and that by tourism. What were the corresponding characteristics of each? Data collection instrument, historical data and information, web information.
Because stood and not others. Historical data and information, web information. Because told and not others. These methods are used in the research in order to solve the question that arises a result of ignorance about our recreation and tourism, which conceived is the time of grace. Analysis. Taking into account the information collected, we count that for the great culture, recreation as much as the tourism were taken. Hand in hand since for the grace the enjoyment, which focus of the delicate their free to the religion, the culture, and the displacement of people who moved Olympic Games.
And these contributions left many comparisons in our current society. We find many cultural manifestations, visiting different places, depending on their religions and sport. It shares the most basic contributions that gives us this culture as it is seen much today. The most popular and successful festival of the Greek were festival, Shayet Dionysius for the patient dedicated of Dionysius, good of the bean and wine. Their celebrations were attended by visitors from all over Attica. at event for the aged colonies and cities.
The Great Imperium was divided in the province, which in the turn we divided into municipalities. Each municipality had service for public enjoyment and entertainment, which in many cases were attractive enough to attract visitors. Among many others, stone of forums, squares, temples, basilicas, shops, and the theaters.
Conclusions. We can conclude that a culture as great as was the Greek culture left us many contributions to our world. Today this can be sell money into contributions of the literature, education and others.
That is why we see this net to take grace as the birth of the time recreation and tourism, and the depart from in the comparing to its contributions or similarities of how we see recreation and tourism today.
That is why we see this net to take grace as the breath of the term recreation and tourism, and department for into it to compare to contributions or similarities of how we see recreation and tourism today.
And finally, we identified that recreation for them watch something very common as is for you whose signs they were based on the enjoyment of free time and something we see in our daily life depending on our work. Equally, the tourism stand is the where we find many more similarities with our actuality, that is the release of the primordial contribution that were the Olympic Games, since the sport of the game the includes to different cities to movements. Well, thank you very much for seeing the precision. We hope the research motivated to investigate more about the grace. Goodbye.
Goodbye, thank you very much.